Now going to the Cox for the Prince Albert Challenge Cup. Newcastle University A, the crew in front of us here in the Bucks station. Moving across there to Durham University B in the Bucks station.
So there's a big showdown between the two northeastern clubs here. Northeast of England clubs, Newcastle and Durham, obviously training on similar stretch of the Tyne, see each other regularly most mornings. These guys will know each other quite well. Good fierce local rivalry between the two clubs.
And this is the Durham University B crew in their signature purple rowing suits and blades, and we'll see the Durham University A crew in the other semi-finals. So incredible strength to have two crews through to the semi-finals in the same event.
That's right, and actually three of those crews all from the northeast. And you picked up obviously that purple, that platinum purple of Durham and the blue star of Newcastle.
Newcastle, when I see that you're both straight and ready, I will start you like this. Attention, go. Get ready, please.
Let's go.
You can see
Pretty pumped up there, aren't they? You can hear them go for it.
You can see the hand up on the coxswain of the Newcastle crew, just signalling that she's finding her line.
Durham Cox, you must stick your right hand up if you're not ready.
Yeah, it's ever so important to make sure your line's nice and straight. Behind them, they're looking. The rowers will be looking at big lollipops, try and line themselves up, and then the coxes usually look at the tower of the church.
Attention! Go!
We are away in the Prince Albert Challenge Cup, Durham University B, Newcastle University A. And how would you expect to see this unfold, Adam?
Well, these guys have raced quite recently at Durham Regatta, and actually Newcastle got the better of Durham B and Durham A, actually. So we expect some big things here from Newcastle A. Angelo Savarino's the head coach there. He's worked very hard with them to build this sort of very strong commitment between the team. One of these guys is missing from the Bucks crew that won the silver, but it's a very talented crew on the Newcastle on the near side of the shot here.
Pretty aggressive start here from both crews. They're still virtually locked together.
Yeah, Durham are really going for it, and you would do it, you know, as a second boat. Obviously, their A crew's on the other side of the semi-final. You know, they've got nothing to lose here. They're Saturday. You go out hard, you give it everything, and see what you can do.
This is a really crucial, section of the race coming out at the start and really extending out the start phase. And particularly in the Cox 4, you need to have that momentum as you go into your mid-race rhythm. You need to be able to transition and not let that boat get too heavy. So it'll be interesting to see when they start to settle and hopefully not let that increased weight of carrying the Cox and the extra 50 or so kilos start to really lean on them as they get into this elongated start.
That's it. Compared to the race we just saw, obviously Cox's fours are sort of, you can see that change of pace when the scullers went through. But this boat, you've obviously got the Cox in there, an extra sort of 50 or so kilos sitting in the bows of the boat, tucked down nice and aerodynamically, but there's extra weight in the boat. And as you saw on the start, we just have to get that up and moving and get the momentum into the boat. And you can see Newcastle have got this quite nice momentum now, and they're just holding that speed that's just a bit higher than the base speed of the Durham boat. And so they should be able to have quite good control on this race.
Yeah, and it looks like Newcastle University A, maybe their plan here was to keep their start going, keep that momentum up until they got themselves into a commanding position. And I always find the tactics that you employ in this match-style racing situation really interesting. And I think it's certainly, if you know that you're the crew that probably has the upper hand, it's a really good way to do it. Run out that start phase a little bit longer, use that bit of free speed, maybe expend a little bit more energy, provided you have the confidence to do that, of course, and then get in a controlling position before moving into the mid-race rhythm. And that way you've got the look back on the crew and you have a bit more control as to what starts to unfold.
And we talk about these tactics and how you play this out, but obviously it's the Cox that's tucked in the front there that's orchestrating all of this. It's not just extra weight, it's valuable insight and useful weight. You know, they're steering the boat, keeping a dead straight course, having a little look, see where the other crew is, and really maximising or taking the effort off the rowers to sort of give them that best race structure.
That's right, we can see Newcastle University A now out to a comfortable lead over Durham University B on the right-hand side of the screen. And I think the really tough thing for the coxswains in these bow cox boats is that you can imagine if you're sitting there in that bow cox position of the Newcastle University crew, how difficult it is to see what's happening behind you. So when you're behind, such as the Durham University crew, the coxswain there, they can see, that's Ben Rich in there, he can see where the Newcastle University crew is. He can alternate or mix up the race plan and really respond to what he's seeing. But I think it must be a bit of a nerve-wracking situation for Alexander Turner there in the Newcastle University A crew. He doesn't really know what's coming.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because every couple of strokes he's got Bill New's blade swinging past and giving it a little splash every now and again, which is why he's got his shades on there and he's just sort of whispering away into the microphone, giving them positive encouragement. But yeah, as you said, you can't really see that far round now. I guess obviously has to trust the rhythm of the crew that's strong enough that they're obviously doing the job to keep Durham at bay. Interesting strategies between Durham and Newcastle. So Durham obviously has about 1,000 to 1,200 rowers across all the colleges across Durham, and that's quite a really big pool to recruit from. Whereas Newcastle, a bit more sort of focused talent ID on the sort of more bigger and stronger athletes, and sort of developing them as rowers. So it's sort of a numbers game against a sort of more of a focused strategy between the two clubs.
Wow, it's a big lead now to Newcastle University A. This is what you said you thought might happen, Adam, in this race. And I mean, it's always tough, an A crew coming up against a B crew. We saw a great start from Durham, putting themselves out there, putting themselves into the race, but probably knowing that they would have a really tough go to try and make it through to the Sunday.
I mean, Newcastle are a very strong crew, and for Durham's B crew to be in racing here at the semi-final on the Saturday, that's fantastic for these guys. It's great. So they've done a great job already. Lots of Durham support. You can hear on the bank as well.
Yeah, we'll see the crowds start to build today. People getting excited for semi-finals. And if the racing over the last 3 days has been anything to go by, today is going to be pretty awesome.
It's going to be immense. These two crews, great to see them here racing on the Thames. Obviously they're used to racing each other on the Tyne. Very recently in Durham, actually, the lovely stretch of river that runs through Durham has actually dried up almost completely, because there's a medieval weir, and the weir has broken itself and released a load of the water, so it's almost a dried up river in the centre of Durham these days. So when this Durham crew will go back home, there might not be a river to row on for the next couple of months.
Well, I think they'd be looking to make the most of this opportunity then. But a good row here from the Durham University crew. We've got a great shot there. You can see the coxswain's head just poking over the edge of the bow. But it looks like Newcastle are really starting to feel pretty confident with their position now. Their rate's down. They're sitting back on it quite nicely. They're looking pretty comfortable.
They are. This shot tells it all, doesn't it? The shoulders aren't moving around too much. The boat's quite still, and they're just sort of loosely rowing along there, not taking too many strokes per minute, saving their energy for tomorrow's final. That's going to be a big showdown between Imperial College or Durham A. So you're going to have to save their legs and make sure they're really on it for tomorrow.
Very comfortable row now for Newcastle University A. They're coming down towards the finishing line.
It's been great performance to have that B crew in the event. Wade Hall-Cragg's crew there. He's the director of the programme at Durham, but coaching the B crew in this race.
And a comfortable win there to Newcastle University A in the Prince Albert Challenge Cup semi-final over Durham University B.
Attention! Go!
And a replay there of the start. It was a really aggressive start by Durham University B.
Just that pace, speed of Newcastle, just a different level, really.
Yeah, well, it was really this part of the race that was crunch time. You could see that Newcastle University, they kept the beat up, they kept extending their start until they were in that comfortable controlling position that we spoke about. And then the race was really theirs to play.